Okay, the problem is that I didn't record anything. I have just done the completed character creation. That's annoying, but that's what sometimes happens. So essentially, what you have to do is basically, I will not redo it because I've already done it. This is terrible, but never mind. My thoughts on this are, it is a really great system, and it is also a system that is very accessible. There are two areas where I would have wanted the rulebook to be a little more clear, with regard to the modifiers for weapons, because the modifiers for weapons are actually the same as the modifiers for manipulation skills down here. It would have made sense if they had said, if they just basically made it a little clearer and maybe even bold printed it. So the way this works is you basically have different attributes or characteristics, and they will give you pluses and minuses on different types of skills. So agility, for example, has a couple of characteristics associated with it, and depending on what your characteristic is, this will go up or down. So you can have no result in a change, or an increase, or even a decrease, and you have a number of characteristics that usually influence one of these areas. So you've got the areas agility, communication, knowledge, magic skills, manipulation, perception, stealth, knowing that manipulation actually encompasses all of the weapons, including the shields. So once you've done this, what you also have to do the next is to choose your god. That's important that you choose a god that you share a rune with. So in this case, I took Barbister Gore. She's associated with the rune Earth. And then basically you go through how many rune points you've got. You start out with 3. And this now means that you then get to choose, according to what your god provides you with, what you want to have. So in my case, she has spirit magic and she has rune magic. She doesn't have sorcerer's runes, so she can't teach that. But I can get spirit magic, and you get a list for each god, and you just choose the number that you can. With regard to spirit magic, you get to choose point. So heal and blade sharp, detect enemies in vigor, all have points associated with them, and it must be it mustn't exceed 5. Rune magic, there you get to choose 3 from the list as a beginner, as it were. You also determine your magic points, how they regenerate, and you also get to choose you get to roll for an heirloom, and I got the magic crystal that holds up to 9 magic points. I have no idea how this works. Maybe through meditation I would have to check. You also have to then see about what your armor and hit points are. The hit points are determined by your by some of your characteristics. I've got 19, and then basically depending on the number of hit points you have, they are distributed across your body. But of course, the number of hit points across your body, when you total them, will be different than the actual total number. And then you also have a recovery healing rate, so -3 per week, 3 hit points per week if nobody else does anything. Then you get your strike ranks based on size and dexterity, and the lower the better, because that's kind of like initiative, and the lower the better. Also, you have weapon speed, because depending on which weapon you're using, or if you're casting a spell, I believe, then this will influence how you do things and how quick you are. Then you also, like in Call of Cthulhu, get, if you like, freebie points that you can assign. In this case, you get 4 times 25 percentage points that you can assign to one skill each, and then 5 times 10 percentage points, which you can also assign to one skill each. And of course, your deity will also give you, let's say, boons, additional points that you can add, etc. All in all, The thing is that when you create your skills, your characteristics, you roll dice, and you roll 3d6 and 2d6 plus 6 depending on which ones you roll for, and they tell you that if overall you have no more than 92%, 92 points, you get 3 points to distribute. But also they say that if on average you have less than 12 per characteristic, please re-roll your character, because you need not be squishy. You have to be a lot more powerful than that. That's quite interesting. Also, interestingly enough, and you didn't see this because I wasn't recording, I had to redo this character 4 times because I was always completely underrated. And the last time what I did was I chose the D&D method, the time-honored D&D method of rolling 4d6, dropping the lowest, and then I got a fairly good character with 96 in total, which is fairly good. And as you can see, on average, it's 12 and above. So yeah, but I had terrible die rolling results. One could also say, and they also suggest that, one method could also be to roll 3d6, and then if you have a 1, re-roll the 1 until it's not a 1 anymore. Even that didn't bring me to 12 on average. I had really bad luck. So I basically went for the 4d6 drop the lowest, or 3d6 drop the lowest plus 6. So now she's finished. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually print off the starter set character, and I'm going to run the online version of the starting solo quest that you can get online from the Chaosium website. And that's what it looks like. It looks like this, and it's called The Battle of Dangerford, Runequest, Book 3, Solo Quest. And I took Vasana, so that's the one from the book. This is what she looks like. And I'm gonna print her off because I want to actually do this on the... So this one looks different from the one that we saw. Of course, she has Orate, Sing, Intimidate, Dance. So they only gave her the ones that she actually has. So only those ones are visible. And we're going to play this game and see how this works. And this is something that I'm gonna record live. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I really, really, really love Runequest. I can tell you this already. Even just building the character is so evocative. It gets you so much into the game. And I simply like the D100 system, and I like the idea of having those different runes and how they affect you and stuff. And I really, really, think, well, in a way, I'm sad that I've never encountered this before, but I think it's a really interesting system. And yeah, so now I'm going to get ready to record the actual play session. And I hope that you will join me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.